Hey everyone, this is Lois Banks coming to you from the Lois Banks Ministry. Just wanted to share this word that the Lord placed in my spirit this morning when I woke up. A couple days ago, I talked about how Christians really don't have a real relationship of Christ Jesus if they cannot hear from Him. Either God will give you a vision, a download, a dream, or He'll audibly talk to you. He'll use your pastor to talk to you. He'll use children of God to talk to you. He'll talk to you through the television, through the radio, through anybody who's carrying His word and the truth of His word. So I shared with my audience as well that Saturdays are the Sabbath days from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset, and I don't eat. I've been doing that for over 20 years. So I rest my spirit, my body, and my soul in the presence of God. If you hear that music playing in the background, that's one of my neighbors down the street playing the music. But anyway, I wanted to say this to you when I woke up. As soon as I got ready to open up my eyes this morning, which is a Sunday morning, May 30th, 2021. First thing God spoke to my spirit was, "Go get your blood work done and test for any antibodies against COVID-19." Now, I shared this last year in 2020 that, I work for a health insurance company, and there were quite a few breakouts in the company that I worked for, COVID-19, to the point where, we were, employees were told, like in the evening, like 6:30, 7 p.m. at night, to go back to the office, pull out our laptops, get everything that we need to work from home. So I do know I've been exposed to COVID-19. I do know that. I don't know who though, because of HIPAA, the managers and leadership, they can't divulge, employee names who've been, who tested positive for COVID-19. They can't do that. So I do know I've been exposed, though I don't know who though. I do know there's one cashier that worked in the cafeteria who took a trip to Mexico, came back, and she was sick. And I know I was standing in line, letting her ring me out before I knew, she was sick, with anything. So I just want to let everybody know that, we could have been exposed to it at any given point in time. So we just don't know. So I've been wanting to get my blood work tested. I don't want any swabs going up in my nose. I don't trust any of that. And I'm not going to tell you all the reasons why I don't trust that. But, I'll let somebody pull my blood and test for any antibodies. And that's what I'm going to do. I obey God immediately. I made my appointment already. I already have an appointment this week to go get my blood work tested. And it's going to tell me a lot about what's going on, what my body was exposed to, and what is not per se. Because if I was exposed to it, and God doesn't want me to see the antibodies, I won't see them if He completely wiped it out of my system. But if my antibodies are still, if I've been exposed to COVID-19 and antibodies are still present in my body, that's just another ammunition against the fight of COVID and the different variants that are out there, okay? Along with taking vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, probiotics, and all the essential nutrients that your body needs to remain healthy and strong and to fight off, you know, darkness, plagues, diseases, sickness that lurks in the earth. So I'm excited about that because, you know, it's never a dull moment with God. The test laboratory is inside my house. When God tells me get up and test something in my blood, He wants me to know something about my body and myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm obeying God and I'm doing exactly what He tells me to do, which is going to prepare me. And He also put in my heart to keep my documentation always with me in my purse in case anybody asks me any questions about anything, and I can pull out my documents and explain my stance for what I believe and so forth and so on. So when my results come in, I will definitely let you guys know what my test results are. I'm very excited to see what they are. And like I said, it could mean a number of things. If God doesn't want me to see any antibodies and he completely wiped it out of my body, if I've been exposed to it, regarding someone maybe I've come in contact with prior to the lockdown, prior to the plague being announced in America, because I really believe the plague entered America way before they announced it on television. I believe the plague started at the end of 2019 and went over into 2020, because I remember an incident on my job where quite a few of my co-workers and myself, we fought off something that was horrible, and it wasn't the flu. We weren't testing positive for the flu. We didn't have a cold. I'm gonna tell y'all, I think that was COVID then. I think it was. I don't know, but whatever that was, I believe the plague had entered the United States way before 2020, way before the United States of America said anything. And I think I might have been exposed then, but I'm not sure. God hasn't said one way or the other, but he did speak to my spirit and told me to go get my antibodies tested. So I'm obeying God. I did what he told me to do. And it's just giving me more ammunition and more knowledge, because God's been talking to me since early this morning about antibodies. Those are natural. And if you have antibodies in your body, those are natural substances that God created for your body to fight off any kind of foreign invaders. Plus, if you keep taking your vitamins and minerals and probiotics, you'll protect yourself from the other variants that are taking place in the earth. So God's been talking to me about science, and God deals with me about science. That's why I'm a nurse. That's why I have my master's and my bachelor's degree. That's why I've already enrolled in a PhD program. I will be Dr. Lois Michelle Banks. So, I love science. God created science, and he blessed me with knowledge. He blessed me to critically think. He blessed me to have common sense. And most importantly, God blessed me to follow his laws and his ways. God's laws and his ways don't have side effects. So if I was exposed to COVID-19 from somebody in my workplace, God prevented me from going to the hospital. He prevented me from, just being, out for the count. I mean, he has been faithful, and he has been a blessing to me. And then he had turned around and had me bless and share my knowledge about how to build the immune system, because all nurses have been trained to build the immune system. We go through nutritional training in class. I think we go through more nutritional training than medical doctors. So I just want to share that information with you. It's always exciting walking with God to find out what he's done and how good and faithful he is. And, I've been working from home ever since. I didn't have a fever. I didn't, when they originally announced COVID-19 in the United States, whoever I was exposed to on my job, we had to appear before the camera remotely from home to make sure we didn't look like we were sick from COVID. And I wasn't sick from COVID from that particular incident, but in 2019, I know my body was fighting off something, and that's when God tweaked what I was doing with my body. He was like, increase your vitamin D levels, get your vitamin D levels checked, see where you are. I got them checked. He said, increase your vitamin D levels. I mean, I was still within the normal range for vitamin D when I got them checked, but he wanted my vitamin D levels to go higher. And I did what God told me to do. I purchased extra vitamin D. I did exactly what the Spirit of God told me to do. Do you hear me? This is why I say it's important to have a real relationship with God. It can't be a one-sided thing. It's not a real relationship if you can't hear from God. If God is not talking back to you and telling you how to have the victory in your life, that's not a real relationship. And you got to be able to hear from God. So I'm excited, guys, because I'm going, as I continue to grow in knowledge and obey God, He continues to show me how to defeat what's going on out here in this world. This is Lois Banks coming to you from the Lois Banks Ministry. God bless you.